Okay, Inversion, Excursion, 1 month review. Cue intro.
It's crazy because the renos were like such a intense and quick time that I don't even think we fully thought about what we would be feeling in 1 month after being on the road.
No, it's crazy how quick the time has gone. It's been a really interesting month. There's been like really high highs and not really low lows. It's just difficult because there's an adjustment period, right? So you're gonna have some hard days.
Trying to take this opportunity to not freak out about the heat. The first night alone kind of snuck up on us.
Driveway. It did. You know, it was suddenly nighttime and we were like,
oh, we're by ourselves.
We don't have a driveway to go to.
Yeah. So that was a little bit unsettling that first night. The next day, we had an awesome day.
With the best day, yeah.
And we're like, we're gonna live in this bus forever.
Forever.
But after that first night, that first week, you guys kind of saw from that week 1 video, it really was us just sort of like driving and getting used to how to do things in the bus. Like,
nothing's complicated, nothing's been complicated. It's all been very simple, but it's just been different. Forward, back, forward. And reverse one more time. And that's clean, as you can see right there. It's picked up all the dirt magnificently. I get emotional about cleaning. It's just beautiful. Which is why it's required an adjustment. Like for instance, the sink is extremely small. That's different.
that was your fault.
I forgot to clean something. Oh God. So that was our kind of like first 4 days alone, 5 days alone. After the week 1 was basically all family and friends.
And then we went to we went to Thunder Bay, where we met the first other people that we've ever met that have done a schoolie conversion. So that was really, really exciting. What's your guys' Instagram?
Small Bus Big Adventure.
When you meet other people, you learn stuff from those people. So that's a really great thing, because if they've been on the road for longer, or if they have met other people that are on the road, they'll share their little tips and tricks.
Yeah, you will learn from each other. And
it really is a community. Right now we are in, I was about to say Alberta, Canada, but we are in BC, Canada, at Revelstoke, and it's beautiful weather. We're sitting in this park.
We've parked in the shade because it's very hot. And right after I stop recording, we're gonna go swimming. A good place to be is the park. So that's the in-between time. And then that's when you can kind of come do your work. It's really nice. We can do inversions. We can write, we can shower basically. We've showered in some pretty interesting places.
Yeah, we've showered in a lot of parking lots. So we have a on-demand little shower heater system, but we don't have any like gray matter tank or anything that our used water or sewage or anything goes into. We have a composting toilet, and then our shower has a hole.
Yes!
Woo! A piece of pipe that goes right through the bottom of the bus and drains to the ground. It sounds bad, but we use all natural soaps and shampoos, and it's like only used for me and Jeremy to shower. Oh, it's a plane.
Yeah, I thought it was a car
coming to
hit the tripod. Yeah. So that's where our water goes. But like, it actually happens to be perfect in car parks because there's grates and drains that it all kind of goes down. But it's funny because, you know, there's a huge kind of like wet area that's coming
just
from our bus.
Beneath our bus. If you were walking by, you'd be like what the
huge leak or something, but,
yeah.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's just someone showering in a parking lot.
Water, natural soaps and conditioners. To not have to empty a big reservoir of dirty water from our shower is something that I'm very appreciative of. We just have to be selective sometimes about where we shower. And make sure that it's not going to like drain water down onto somebody's property.
Exactly,
or like that.
We're not going to shower on where we know it's going to drain down into like some nice roses.
Yeah, or
Kill
we're just not,
someone's
we're not gonna,
plants
we always
or
are going to
something
be
stupid.
thoughtful. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to be thoughtful. I think that's something really big that we're learning with bus life, is that you have to always be thoughtful. Whenever you go into somebody's store or shop or restaurant, if you're in a new town, you want to be nice. Like, you want people to like you, because they're going to tell you the cool things to do. They're going to treat you nice, and if they run into you later in the night, or if they see that you're parking on their street, they're not going to call the cops on you.
Exactly, because we park on the side of the road a lot. We quote unquote stealth mode, and people, that's what people say, quote unquote. Anyway, we park on the road in stealth mode a lot, so you got to be nice.
And for us, that's kind of like this whole thing, and the reason why we also want to make this YouTube channel is because this is a massive growing learning experience for us. We want to document it and record it for ourselves, but also for you to provide some sort of value and, you know, figuring out what it means to live life to the fullest and to be free and to have freedom to create things and build business and like make memories and, you know.
Yeah, just kind of do what you want to do, and not in a stupid or reckless and with like aimless way, but like a deliberate, you know, just doing what you would like to do because there's good reason behind it.
Yeah.
So we'd like to share a lot of value in our videos. This is the second video, and we kind of like, the first video was about week 1, second video is kind of an update after a month. It's going to get more, obviously this is very broad kind of how we started, but it, you know, it's hard to be very specific when you're just starting, but we aim to really narrow in our future videos on useful things that we'd like to share. Not so much,
and what we're just and reflecting what we're learning,
and reflecting on like what we've learned and what we're learning so far during this process, and also just like in life in general kind of thing.
That was good.
Was that good?
Yeah, I like that. No, it's good. I'm happy with this, and I think, as like all in all, month 1, living in a bus, something that was hard to even like comprehend before we did it, especially even like a year ago. It's gone pretty effing well.
Couldn't really go any better. Like,
Yeah.
we've had no major mechanical issues. We haven't had any, you know, the notorious knock on the door at 3 a.m. in the morning asking us to move because we're in a bad spot or illegal spot or something.
We've had pretty great weather.
We've met great people. We haven't met any rude people, really. We've had great weather. We've had great thunderstorms too.
Yeah.
There was some fantastic storms.
Yeah,
But,
even the bad weather was great weather.
Exactly. The bad was so good.
Really good. Oh, and one other thing. Pumpkin, our cat, has been amazing. First 2 days when we were driving, she was like meowing pretty much the whole time. She was panting a lot the first day.
Stressed out,
and it was very like, we were stressed out and like uncomfortable.
Laura was panting.
Basically. I was sad because we had just left my family's and we're going on this big adventure, and then the cat's like freaking out, and it was
Then
like,
we stayed in this dark parking lot.
Yeah.
We're just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, what's going on?
We could sell it, right? Now we're like, okay,
and
if the engine dies, we can just buy a new engine.
yeah, we'll just make it keep
Anything.
running. No, but Pumpkin has also kind of transitioned like that with us, and she's just been amazing. She's excited whenever we show up places. She wants to go for walks. She sleeps while we drive. She never meows anymore while we drive. She really does just sleep. She's like, we'll play in the bus if we want to play. She uses her kitty litter good. It's up in the front end, and our curtain that we have divides the smell away well, which is good.
It's really good. It smells like poo-poo.
She has a she has a water fountain that runs 24/7 and always has some moving water, and she drinks out of that all the time, which is great.
That was really good, yeah.
She otherwise would need us to turn on the tap, which started back in Australia.
Okay, that's one of those things. There you go, 1 month review.
But
Really
anyways,
good.
Pumpkin has been amazing, and I'm so proud of her. She's such a good kitten. Jeremy's afraid of a wasp right now. It's okay. Jeremy, open this up to say goodbye. So,
Good luck editing this.
yeah, thank you. 1 month. It's been a really good month. I've been really proud of us. We've definitely had some ups and downs, but it has absolutely been an awesome first month, and we cannot wait for month 2.
Want an almond? You want an almond? bacon. Anything but bacon.